So one of the most frustrating phones of 2021 has been the S21 Fan Edition. It's rumored to be canceled, it's rumored to be uncanceled, back and forth pretty much. It's like pulling teeth at this point talking about the cell phone because you never know what's going to happen with it. With that being said, now it is rumored to not be canceled, and we also have some spec lists that came out and got leaked for this phone. Coming in from Sir of MS Power User, and this is what the phone looks like. If you guys are new, this is what the Fan Edition of pretty much all the Galaxy S versions kind of look like. So they look like the actual original phone, except it is cheaply made, but it has all the amazing specs that you want on the actual phone. So imagine you take a phone, right? Whatever phone, the iPhone 13, and you say, I'm going to give you all the iPhone 13 specs, but I'm going to give you a cheaper plastic build so that it costs a lot less money for you while you're still getting everything that you want. So that's why the Fan Edition of phones are very, very popular, because they give you pretty much everything you want for a very good bundled price. So with that being said, here is what the actual Fan Edition looks like. And again, as I said before, it's been canceled, rumored uncanceled. It's been back and forth. I mean, this phone was supposed to come out back in August, September, and now it's rumored to definitely come out. Nobody knows when, but we do know is some actual specs about this phone. Starting off right away, this phone will go ahead and come in two different iterations, which will also be gigabyte versions and also RAM versions. So we will see 6 gigabytes of RAM for 128 gigabyte version, and then 8 gigabyte version for 256 gigabyte of RAM. So price tag wise, around $649 for the smaller version, and then for the bigger version, $749. So a little bit more expensive, obviously $100 more like we've seen many times for the, pretty much double gigabyte version, RAM wise, plus 2 gigabytes of version. So here is what we have. It is running Android 11 with Samsung One UI 3.1. Kind of disappointed about that. Was really expecting it to run Android 12 and One UI 4.0, but it looks like it is going to be running Android 11. Now, that might be quickly updated once the phone does release, because if this does release early next year or even this month, I just couldn't see why they wouldn't just put Android 12 on this phone. I feel like, if anything, with all the speculation of it being canceled, uncanceled, back and forth, having Android 12 would probably be the most logical thing to do on this phone. Again, like I said, just my speculation, just my thought and process, but this would probably be, in my opinion, the best idea. CPU, Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 processor, which of course is exactly the same processor we see on the Galaxy Z Fold 3 and a lot of other Samsung phones nowadays, also the Surface Duo 2. The display is going to go ahead and give us a 2340 by 1080p display, which of course is going to go ahead and give us 120 hertz, which is an absolute W. It's also going to give us a Corning Gorilla Glass Victus, which is also really awesome. Of course, storage options I talked about before. We have 6 gigabytes of RAM for 128 gigabyte version, or 8 gigabytes of RAM for 256 gigabyte versions, and the price tags again are going to be $649 and $749 respectively. The main camera is a triple camera, wide angle 12 megapixels, ultra wide angle 12 megapixels, and then a 3 times optical telephoto lens, which is 8 megapixels. It also does come with a flash, and it also does come with autofocus. So again, like I said, they're taking everything good about the Galaxy S21, which actually Galaxy S21, the reason why this phone was canceled so many times was Galaxy S21 was a failure. So this phone was like pretty much canceled for that reason, but it looks like they are going to be bringing it back and actually giving us to us. With that being said, though, the front camera is a 32 megapixel camera, which of course has a fixed focus. The sensors we have is going to go ahead and be an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, which is, in my opinion, very much of a good thing. We also do have a battery pack, which is 4,500 milliamps. It does give us fast charging and wireless power share. So if you guys do not know what wireless power share is, it's pretty much you put a phone, you can charge one phone with another phone pretty much. That's what wireless power share is. Now, it doesn't say wireless charging, which that does interest me a lot, because this phone does not have wireless charging. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's very possible. Actually, wait, does it say, let me see, does it say down there? It does not. wireless power. Yeah, it does not say wireless charging. It does say it's waterproof, but no wireless charging. That's very interesting. It does give us Bluetooth 5.0, USB Type-C, 3.2 Gen 1, NFC, and Wi-Fi 6. It also gives us cellular 2G, 3G, 4G, and 5G. Antennas are A and D. We do have dimensions, which of course right there, we have our weight, which is 170 grams. And then additional information we do have is waterproof to IP68, which of course you guys do not know. The first number in the 6 is how dust resistant it is. And then the second number is how waterproof it is. Now, this has the same waterproofness of the Galaxy Z Fold 3 and the Flip 3. Now, IP8, what that pretty much means is that it can be submerged into water up to 2 to 5 meters for around 30 minutes of the time, and it should be perfectly fine working. Now, based on different tests, we have saw that the Galaxy Fold 3 actually got submerged up to 5 meters of water fully, and it was working fine after an hour. So again, like I said, it's one of those things where, yeah, your speaker port might not 100% ever recover because you get so much water in there, you're gonna have to get it out, and it takes a little bit of time. But overall wise, your phone will work perfectly fine without any issue at all. Wireless power share, we just talked about that before. It also does have DeX child mode, which I never heard of that in my life. Data security, geo tracking or tagging, sync function, dual SIMs, which is actually a really good thing, and it also does have a availability for eSIM, which you guys do not know. That's pretty much a virtual SIM card. We also do have facial recognition, fingerprint reader under the display, which I like a lot. So this is something that the Galaxy Note 21 Ultra had, and it's pretty much the idea of you go ahead and just put your finger on the display and it automatically reads your fingerprint, and bam, you're able to use it. This is something that Apple tried to have on the iPhone 13, and they just simply could not get the technology to work. And right now, at this moment in time, we do not think it's going to be on the 14. Apple said that it might take another year for them to get the fingerprint reader underneath the display to actually get working. So really awesome. It's going to be on this phone. Again, like I said, it was on the Galaxy Galaxy Note 21 Ultra. So very nice to see it on this phone. So overall wise, like I said before, it's going to be interesting to see what we end up, when we end up seeing this phone, what's the actual full specs once it does come out. Because obviously these are just the leak specs. But what else are we going to find out about this phone? It does have no micro SD card slot, which is definitely a L in my opinion. And it does come in a couple different colors: graphite, olive, lavender, and white. I don't know why I cannot say words today. Anyway, though, definitely tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. And would you pick up this phone? I mean, I'll say it like this, right? Because right now, the most cheap / affordable budget phone in the market we have to look at is going to go ahead and be the Google Pixel 6, right? Comes in at a price tag of $699. This phone would be a little bit cheaper than the Google Pixel 6 and give you very similar type, numbers compared to that phone. So this is one of those phones where it's like, hey, listen, this is a really good budget phone. When it does come out, I wonder how, the market will go ahead and, push this phone forward, because the Galaxy S21 was not as successful as a lot of people thought it was going to be. So would a fan edition be as successful, or will it not be successful? So guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.